What's up YouTube? Tim Layton here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, thank you for coming. It means a lot. So I kind of lied in my last video on Friday where I said this option series was going to be 3 parts because now I'm turning it into 4. I was going to throw this in the last video, but that video came out a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, so I didn't want to make a 20-minute video. So now part 2 is going to be selling calls and puts, selling option contracts. So if you don't know what that means, that's okay, because we're going to jump into it right now. Alright, so jumping right into this, first things first, if you haven't watched my previous video, part 1 of options trading, and you don't know much about options, I suggest you go check that out, because I'm going to be talking a lot about things that I went over in the previous video. So jumping right into selling options. First thing to know is that selling options or writing an options contract is essentially the opposite of buying an options contract. Now, if you remember, buying a call, for instance, gives you the right to buy 100 shares at a specified price. Where selling or writing a call, you are giving the buyer the right to buy 100 shares at the specified price, which means you are going to be selling him those shares if the stock hits the strike price. So remember, to execute an option, the strike price has to be in the money, meaning the share price has to surpass the strike price. So you might be asking yourself, why would I want to sell 100 shares of a stock for less than it's worth? That doesn't really make sense. Well, I'll tell you why. And the why is passive income. Because if you remember from my last video, buyers have to pay a premium for the contract. They have to buy the contract. And then once they buy the contract and the bet comes true, then they get the right, but not the obligation, to buy 100 shares of that stock for its specified price. And the beauty of selling the option is if that bet doesn't come true, you get to keep whatever that premium is. If it was a $500 option, somebody bought that $500 option, that bet doesn't come true, that $500 is yours and you do nothing. All right, so one thing we have to discuss, because it is the most important part of selling options or writing options, is that you need collateral. Meaning if you want to sell a call, so you are selling the right to a buyer to buy 100 shares of some stock at a certain price, you have to have 100 shares of that stock to sell to them. Because if their bet comes true and they say, yo, give me 100 shares for $90 and you don't have 100 shares, what do? So you have to have the collateral. And then it's the opposite with puts. If you'll remember, a buyer of a put has the right to sell 100 shares at a specified price. So you have to have the money as collateral to buy 100 shares at the specified price. So let's just say stock ABC is $110. You want to make some money, so you sell a $100 put. Now some random buyer, some random guy, he thinks that stock ABC is going to fall below $100. So he buys your $100 put. Now stock ABC falls to $90. He exercises his option, which means he is now going to sell you 100 shares of stock ABC for $100 a share. So you have to have the money, the collateral, to buy those 100 shares from him at $100. So like I said, the ultimate goal of selling or writing options contracts is the opposite of buying them. When you buy an options contract, you try and make a bet that you think is going to come true. Like I said with stock ABC at $110, if I'm buying a call, a $120 call, I need to believe that it's going to $120. I need to do my research and say it is going to $120 and I'm going to buy that call. But the opposite is true with selling or writing options. If I'm going to sell a $120 call, I don't want to sell my shares. So I need to place a bet that I do not think is going to come true. So if I'm selling a $120 call, I need to believe that stock ABC is not gonna go to $120 in the specified time period. All right, so I'm gonna pull up NEO because I have 100 shares of NEO, meaning I have the collateral necessary to sell a call. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go to trade options. So this is expiring February 11th, meaning that this Friday this contract will expire, and I can sell a $25 call. And I can make 45 cents per share, 100 shares. I can make $45 right now, and my shares will be tied up for 1 week, or not even 1 week, for like 5 days. So real quick, if you look right here, there's a few things you need to look at which are very helpful. A, you have the break even. Now for selling calls, this is the highest NEO can go where you still make money. $25 a share plus your $91 premium means if NEO goes above $25.91 and you have to sell your 100 shares, you're actually going to start losing money after $25.91. Anything below $25.91, you made money. Then you also have your chance of profit. Now this is what Robinhood thinks the likelihood of NEO not going above this price is. Robinhood thinks the likelihood of NEO staying under $25 by February 18th is 73%. Now you can go up here and you can see that Robinhood thinks the likelihood of NEO staying under $29 by February 18th is 92%. So that's something you need to look at. How risky are you willing to get? So now let's just say I want to make a couple bucks. Go February 11th. I'll make it short. I don't really care. And I will do I'll send it with a $25 one. So I got $25. This will give me 45 bucks right now. Total credit, 45. Multiply by 100, it's 45 bucks right now. Contracts won, limit price 45, review order, submit. Boom. And now it has filled. I just made 45 bucks. Now all it has to do is not go above 25.45 in the next 5 days, and I've made money. The next 4 days, I'm sorry, and I made my money. Alright guys, so I think that's going to be about it for this video. There's a few key things I want to go over one more time. Very important things. First, buying and selling options are essentially the opposite, because when you're buying a call or a put, you're making a bet and you want it to come true and you want to make money. However, when you're selling options, when you're selling a call or a put, you're making a bet that you don't want to come true, because you want to keep that premium and you want to keep your shares or your money. You want to make passive income, so you don't want that bet to come true. Number 2 is collateral. Remember, you have to have the collateral to sell the options. Selling a call, you need 100 shares collateral to sell a call and make that passive income. Selling a put, you need the money to be able to buy 100 shares of that underlying stock to be able to sell puts. And number 3, finally, remember you need to make a smart bet. Look at your chance of profit. Look at your break even. Find a strike price that you don't think it's going to hit. Find an expiration date that you definitely don't think the strike price is going to reach in that amount of time, and make that bet. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it. Selling options really isn't too bad. Like I said, I was going to throw this in the last video, but the video was getting too long, so I decided not to. So now the next part will be the in-depth scientific metrics behind options, and then part 4 will be option strategies, including selling options. So thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.